a number of folks today, and you know, this is the highlight of our year. And the reason why it's important is it does two things at once. It celebrates the importance of the people that we serve, their lives and their goals and the things that they wanted to do. At the same time, that victory, if you will, is something that the staff worked very hard to deliver. And so it's a celebration for us, and we really like it. You know, St. Coletta of Wisconsin. What? St. Coletta of Wisconsin is really, it's a performance that's been going on 117 years, nonstop. That is, if you think about maybe a Broadway play that has to deliver every day, right, a performance. That's similar to what has to happen here every day. And when you think about that, especially as we celebrate everyone here and Tom at 75 years, everything that has to happen every day to make that life everything it needs to be. And that includes a lot of smiles in the morning to get up, a lot of meal preparation, thousands of med administrations a day, pickups, drop-offs, thousands of transportation trips every day. These kinds of things we kind of take all for granted, but it takes every one of those things to happen properly in order for that life to be as full as it can be. So producing that effort every day, I'd first like to ask your applause for these staff that work so hard to deliver that. And then second, just a thought about the person served here and what their life really is all about. You know, people with a disability usually wake up in the morning. In fact, I've never found a person with a disability to complain about it. They don't start the day that way. They accept it and they move on. And it's a lesson for all of us about life. And that is take what comes, it is what it is, and move on. And they do this. But they have goals, they have dreams, just like everybody else, and more importantly, they have a God that wants them to have that. And that's where we come in. St. Coletta desperately wants to provide that to them every day and to make that what it is. Times about 400 souls every morning, and we take great pleasure in it. It is an effort that, of course, included the sisters in the beginning, and then now increasingly to us as lay people, but to deliver it in the same way. Our staff are Franciscan. We all share that. And what that means is all those things that St. Francis wanted. Most importantly, the idea of serving others is at the core of what we do. I'd like you to remember in your thoughts and prayers Sister Rita Kozidnar, who was on our board, passed away this morning at about 10 minutes after midnight. And we are losing sisters more and more every day. And they played such a pivotal role in the mission here. And also the instruction to us about how to approach that mission and live it the way it's supposed to be done. And we're very thankful for that. So to keep my comments short here, I'd like to thank you for everything you do to help us do our job and do it right every day. And now a special treat here. We've got Sister Julianne that's going to come up and say a few words. And her brother is celebrating an anniversary here also today.
George, who is celebrating his 40th anniversary today, and along with myself is our sister, Anna, who came for this occasion too. So back in January, a while ago, Mario asked if I would give a talk at the client recognition dinner in April. When I asked what the topic was, he told me, "Tell George stories." I said I would, and I would keep it short. So here I am to tell George stories. George is my brother, as I said, and Anna his sister. George is celebrating his 40 years today as a member of St. Cleta community. He came to St. Cleta's in January of 1982, January 2nd, I remember it. He grew up on our family farm a quarter-mile north of here on Highway Y. George lived here in this building known then as El Verno. He was here a couple months when one day George decided to walk home and visit Mom and Dad. He was missed here. And someone thought maybe he had gone home. George came back and decided to stay. When this building became the administration building in 2010 or thereabouts, George came here for the first time to visit after it was renovated into offices. And he made a beeline to his old room, now someone's office, and he checked out the closets. This is where George liked to hide his shoes, above in the ceiling tiles. After El Verno, George moved to the main campus and lived at Haskett Hall. He walked across campus every day to visit folks in the main building. When I would come to the offices to take care of business, I would often hear from staff, "George was here to visit us this morning." One of his favorite places to visit was the nursing department. He would walk in and say hello by his presence, stand by one of the nurses' desks, and look down at the bottom drawer, which had treats in it. The staff would open the drawer and give George a treat, and no words were needed. I heard many stories from staff about George throwing his shoes on the roof at Haskett. It was easy to do since the roof was close to the ground on one side of the building. Was this a way to get a little extra attention? It seemed to be a kind of game for George. George moved off the main campus in 2004 to Padua. During his time at Padua, George had a friend named Bruce. His room was next to George's. Bruce became sick, and his brother and sister-in-law would come every day to sit with Bruce. George would be there too. The family would go home later in the day and return the next morning, and George would still be there with Bruce, having kept a vigil through the night for nearly a week. I was amazed when I heard this story from Bruce's brother, as well as from staff. Without words, George could show he loved his friend dearly. George now lives at St. Isidore, right in the backyard of where George went to church as a child and as an adult at St. Lawrence. He's right at home here. George likes his home. I remember the day I came to visit for the first time at St. Isidore. George had moved there when there was a water pipe leak at Padua. Some of you probably well remember that. I went to visit George at St. Isidore and meet the staff. They were so welcoming. They said, "We love George. We want him to stay." Really? But that meant so much to me. George made friends at St. Isidore. One of them, Tom, would tell me about George when I came to visit. He was my informant. Tom said, "George shakes my hand every morning." It was George's way to say good morning to his friend, who is now in heaven. George misses Tom. I have one story to tell on myself. When I would take George out for a ride or for lunch, I would ask him, "Would you like something to eat?" George would say, Yes.
If
Then I would
you
ask him,
outside,
what would you like? And George would answer, something. I was trying to give him a choice in the matter. But it took me a long time before I figured out why George always answered the word something. Would you like something to eat? Yes, something. I didn't get it. So this is a day to tell your stories. Mario happened to ask me. You all have stories. Every person here has stories. And they really are the story of St. Clara. What all these stories say to me is that without words, much love can be communicated to another and relationships can grow. The logo of St. Coletta is so true. St. Coletta of Wisconsin. It's in the people. Ted's letter to donors before Christmas was all about the spirit within St. Coletta. The clients, the staff, the whole community. It is the spirit within that makes this a special home. So to the clients we honor today, congratulations. To the staff and administration and to all who make up this great community of love, thank you for the spirit within each of you. The spirit of love is the spirit of God. Thank you.
Okay, and now we're gonna start the official part of the program. And the way we are gonna do this to try to avoid a little bit of congestion is we will read off the narrative for the individual in their celebration, and then one of our board members will bring that award to you afterward. We have over 50 here to do, so if you would, we'd like to hold the applause till the end. That way it'll make things go along a little more brisk. And we are going to start out with the 5-year awards first. And of course, clients are welcome to come up if they want to. Cody Barnes. Cody is a quiet person whose personality is larger than life. He's energetic and has a great sense of humor. Cody's smile lights up a room when he enters it. When it comes to sports, Cody is a natural at basketball and track and field. While playing on the court, he is quick and his skills are fabulous. Be on the lookout, LeBron James, Kevin Durant. Cody is also a storm chaser and a paranormal investigator, and he has all the equipment. And he loves to share that with you. He's actively engaged in that. Continue to have fun and enjoy life and the pleasures that come with it, Cody. Congratulations on your 5 years at St. Coletta. Just raise your hand. And, you got him? There he is. All right. Greg Burrow. Greg came to St. Coletta in January of 2017. Greg is an idea man. You'll realize that very quickly. He always has thoughts of doing things to benefit himself or others. He participates in Genesis 1, which is an educational program, and St. Coletta's vocational skills training program. He takes pride in his work tasks and will excuse himself from other activities to complete them. In Genesis, he participates in several activities. He especially likes community outings and cooking classes. In his free time, Greg watches do-it-yourself videos and HGTV. He would like to help do remodeling work and use tools. Greg enjoys and participates in a variety of Special Olympic sports and activities. Family is important to Greg. He is quite the traveler, visiting with them in Arizona, Appleton, Wisconsin, and Colorado, and participating in out-of-state trips with them. Keep up the good work, Greg, and congratulations on 5 years at St. Coletta. enjoy. Andy is a bright and talented, Andrew, where are you at?
Right here.
There we go. Andy is a bright and talented gentleman who loves to share his immense love of trains. You can ask him just about anything about trains and he'll help educate you. Andy's a hard worker, a great friend, and is helpful to staff and peers alike. Over the years, we've seen Andy come out of his shell and blossom into a wonderful gentleman. This once shy and reserved individual has become so involved and will start a conversation with just about anyone. It's great to see Andy opening up, making new friends, and keeping the long friendships he has made. You must know this about Andy. He is a driven and hard worker. Nothing gets in the way when Andy has his mind about it. He strives to succeed. Congratulations on your 5 years at St. Paul, Andy. Christina Esposito.
Right here.
There we go. Christina is a native-born Texan and has lived with her family until moving into Dower Home on June 1st, 2017. Christina loves spending time with her family. She has weekly Zoom calls with her family and especially loves when her mom and dad come to visit her. Christina loves to be outside and often sits on the deck at Dower Home, soon to be renovated, I understand, with staff and her housemates and goes for walks around the neighborhood. Sitting next to the fish aquarium and watching the colorful fish swim around is another one of Christina's favorite pastimes. Music is a passion of Christina's, where she is often seen with her headphones on or enjoying music in the kitchen with her friends. Congratulations, Christina, on your 5-year recognition at St. Coletta. Michael Hartung. Saw him come in.
He's here.
There you are, Mike. That's all right. Michael is a kind and patient individual who makes friends quickly. He's an excellent knack for striking up a conversation with just about anyone. He genuinely listens and asks questions to get to know a person. It is great to watch Michael interact with new peers who are just starting the program. He makes them feel welcome and helps them learn about the Excel program. Michael has opened up throughout the years. He takes time to get to know all of his peers and maintains great friendships. He has a strong work ethic and enjoys sharing his love of working at Culver's. He always shows up to programming with a smile on his face and takes time to ask you how you're doing. Our program wouldn't be the same without him. We congratulate Michael on his 5 years at St. Coletta. Mark Matthews.
That's me.
That's good. Mark came to St. Coletta in October of 2017. He attends Genesis and works at Walgreens. Mark loves to read and looks forward to book club in Genesis. He uses his iPad and computer to search on his browser, watch YouTube videos, and listen to music. And Mark loves music. If he has control of the radio in the vehicle, he chooses the station. He knows the words to the songs to sing along, and even knows the artists who sing them. What a special gift. He also enjoys attending Mass and is sung in the Nova Choir. While on campus, Mark also enjoys riding his bike around the track and outings that involve pets or animals. Mark works at Walgreens. When he is unable to work due to the pandemic guidelines, they couldn't wait to get him back to work with them. He also was ready to go back. He's a great asset to them. Family is important to Mark. He likes spending time with his dad during home visits, holidays, and FaceTime. Congratulations on 5 years at St. Coletta, Mark. May you have many more.
Sure, Dad.
she's here, but I'm gonna read it anyway. Tawana Metlock. No, she's not here, okay. Tawana is a pleasure to work with. She has a huge personality, is very outgoing, and puts her all into everything she does. Tawana is very funny and loves to laugh and make others laugh. She's a leader and helps peers in need. Tawana comes in almost every morning with a big smile and always gives staff and peers a bright and friendly greeting. The most important thing in Tawana's life is her family and the friends she's made at Excel. It's been our pleasure to watch her grow through these years, and she brings the gifts to Father Tom at Mass every week. And we want to congratulate her on her last 5 years and thank her for her time at St. Clair.
Now,
Connor O'Toole. Connor made the big move away from family to Ascilla. This is a community integrated living arrangement in Illinois. That's what they call homes in Illinois, Ascillas. In 2017. Connor is a quiet young man when he first meets you, but he has a passion for video games, especially Pokemon. Connor's signature orange that makes him easy to keep track of in a crowd. Though quite comfortable in front of video screens at all hours, Connor joins his housemates at bowling and snack outings. He attends the Scylla Bingo program and has even been known to occasionally participate in chapel services. Connor takes great interest in his housemates' schedules, often acting as their personal case manager when something goes wrong with one of their daily events. Isn't that true in every home? There's always somebody that fills in. Connor enjoys family time and survived the long COVID isolation and cabin fever at the Gilbert home. He routinely calls or texts to check and confirm details in his personal or house schedule, often before staff on any given day. Connor recently started in a new workshop called Avenues to Independence after his former program failed to reopen since their March 2020 closure. He enjoys paid piecework and developing his routines to manage production. Congratulations and thank you for your 5 years at St. Coletta. Christy Schoeneman. There she is. Christy's Genesis journey at St. Coletta is much like a butterfly. As a caterpillar, Christy was a bit out of her comfort zone, wiggling and squirming to find out what we could offer her. Then Christy built her cocoon. Christy was quiet and reserved, but learned how to make her way and build her confidence. Christy then grew her wings and broke out in several activities, including becoming a St. Coletta ambassador and self-advocacy experiences outside St. Coletta. Christy wrote up something I would like to share with you. My experience with the Genesis program over the last 5 years has been nothing short of transformational. It has taught me how to further develop my life and job skills. On my first day, I was shy. Didn't really put myself out there, and I was struggling to find my niche. I quickly transitioned from Gen 1 to Gen 2. Thanks to this program and my instructor, Rhonda, I have broken out of my shell and am now working as a self-advocate leader with Independence First and the Board for People with Developmental Disabilities. Through that job, St. Coletta has volunteered to be my pilot site for teaching others living well safe and free skills, along with sharing my own experiences to be as independent as they can be. The Genesis staff are taking turns being my co-teachers each week for 12 weeks at a time. Without the support of the Genesis program, I wouldn't have learned how to navigate finding my passion and putting it into action. They renewed in me a hope that I was starting to lose. Thank you so much to St. Coletta and the Genesis staff for helping me find and believe myself." End quote. Christy. Congratulations on your 5 years at St. Coletta. We didn't mean to make you blush, Christy. Okay. Ricardo Solano. Ricky is an excellent addition to the Whitewater Excel team. We have a program at the University of Wisconsin Whitewater that a number of folks attend down there, and Ricky is one of them. He's an excellent addition to the Whitewater Excel team and always brings positive energy to his peers and staff. Although Ricky is more than enthusiastic about participating in all of Whitewater's Excel activities, he especially enjoys swimming and nature hikes. Outside of his day program activities, Ricky is very passionate about Wisconsin sport teams, particularly the Milwaukee Bucks and the Brewers, and is also looking forward to attending a game in person. It is a joy to have Ricky in Whitewater, and we look forward to seeing what else he can accomplish with us. Congratulations on your 5 years at St. Coletta, Ricky. Elizabeth Reber. Ellie, short. There she goes. Ellie began her involvement with St. Coletta through the Whitewater Excel program and later found her home at Bonaventure. She loves making friends, hanging out, and chatting with them on her phone. The Genesis program is one of her favorite daily activities. She enjoys participating in the various opportunities offered. She works hard at reading and has great success with it. In her free time, Ellie keeps herself busy with workbooks and communicating with family and friends. She is proud of her independence and what she's capable of doing. In good weather, you will see Ellie with a number of her bags walking the path to and from programming. She loves to smile and wave at those that she knows. Congratulations, Ellie, on your 5 years at St. Coletta. The last of 5 years, Caleb White. Caleb is a kind and expressive man. He's always looking to be helpful and make his peers laugh. Following rules is important to Caleb, and he always does his best to follow them. Caleb is a huge fan of Star Wars and all things having to do with outer space. Caleb's family is extremely important to him, and he always strives to make his father proud. Caleb has blossomed out of his shell and has come to make several friends for our Excel program. Congratulations on your 5 years at St. Coletta. 10 years, Gail Cook.
Oh my God.
There we go. Seems like it's crawling towards the podium. Gail joined St. Coletta in 2012 when she joined the Excel Day program in Jefferson. Gail enjoyed swimming, going on outings, and being around her staff and friends. In 2017, Gail moved into the San Damiano home at St. Coletta. Prior to living at St. Coletta, Gail lived with her family, including her brother Bob and sister-in-law Judy. Gail's family is very important to her. She enjoys calling and visiting with them often. Gail especially enjoys playing the card game Canasta with her family. Gail attended Excel until November 2017, when she transitioned to the Golden Options Day program. Gail enjoys playing games, going on outings, and participating in the walking club at Golden Options. Gail is an active member of Special Olympics and Nova Choir. Some of Gail's favorite things to do are going shopping, going out to eat, doing puzzles, arts and crafts, and going to the library. One of Gail's favorite pastimes is reading. You will often find Gail reading books or reading on her tablet or devices. She can read for hours and hours. Congratulations, Gail, on your 10 years already. Ronald Duell.
I don't think he's here. That's Ronnie.
Yeah, it's Ronnie. I'll read it anyway.
Maybe because not enough staff or something.
Maybe. Ronnie has a great sense of humor and loves joking around with peers and staff. Ronnie is very outgoing, friendly, and loves being social. Ronnie enjoys attending programming to see and visit all the good friends he's made over the years. He loves being a part of the group and doing activities, especially when it's a subject he enjoys, like church, trucks, trains, football, basketball, and baseball. Ronnie loves swimming and shooting hoops at the gym, going to museums, walking trails, visiting the zoo, the library, and University of Wisconsin Whitewater Computer Lab. Ronnie makes a wonderful addition to the Whitewater Excel program, and we congratulate him on 10 years at St. Cloud. Andrew Gangler. Andy. Andy came to the Greater Milwaukee Area Program on April 18th, 2012. Andy spends his days at the Brookfield Intergenerational Center where he enjoys interactions with peers and staff. Andy spends his evenings and weekends at Hydrate listening to music, watching his favorite shows, and interacting with his peers and staff. Andy participates in spiritual services, outing, and exercising. He has been a member of the Hydrate home since it opened, so 10 years now. Congratulations on being part of the St. Cloud family for 10 years. A stablemate of Andy's is Sam Honkamp, who also lives at Hydrate. He is not here today, but I'm going to read his narrative as well. On April 17th, 2012, Sam began services at St. Coletta. Sam attends the Excel program at the Brookfield Intergenerational Center, where he's able to complete many different activities. His mom always said he was a busy bee when he was younger, so this program fills that need for him. While at Hydrate Home, Sam likes to complete his workout, attend spiritual activities, outings, and sporting events. If you go to Hydrate in the workout room downstairs, his sneakers are the first thing inside the door, waiting for him. He's very, very dutiful about working out. Sam tends to be shy until he feels comfortable around you, but he can always put a smile on your face. Congratulations on being part of the St. Cloud family for 10 years. Seamus Houlihan. He's not here today. Okay. Seamus arrived at St. Coletta on March 10th, 2012. And he lives in the Waukesha, or he lived in the Waukesha program before it merged with the Greater Milwaukee programs. Seamus has a great sense of humor and likes making people laugh. Seamus is a very friendly person. However, it might take a bit for him to warm up to you, a peer, or staff. When Seamus is not attending Genesis programming at the Brookfield Intergenerational Center or working at Pantheon, you might find him at home playing video games or watching videos on his phone. Seamus gets along well with his peers and likes to hang out. St. Cloud family is happy. We've had him part of the family for the last 10 years. I know Judy's here. I saw her. There she is. Judy Meyer. Judy joined St. Coletta in 2012. Since then, she has been showing her wonderful sense of humor to all. She's a jokester and a prankster. She loves to make people laugh. Judy likes to look nice, asking the staff to do her hair with hair accessories as well as painting her nails. Judy keeps very busy with doing many activities at home and at Golden Options. She likes to bake with staff, go out into the community for church, movies, museums, shopping, and of course, out to eat. She plays cards and other games. Judy is also a mean Yahtzee and Farkle player. Judy participates in religious activities offered here and uses her voice to praise God in the Nova Choir. Her family is very important to her, and she enjoys spending time with them. Judy, we love spending time with you too. Congratulations on your 10 years. Ruth, there you are, you're close. Can talk right to you. Is she okay?
Huh?
Are you okay, Ruth? Big day for her. Ruth is a very sweet and caring person who will try to put on a smile on your face. Ruth is always looking out for her peers to make sure that they are okay. Ruth enjoys spending time with her housemates, watching television, playing games, and going out into the community. Ruth enjoys attending sporting events and getting her cheer on, supporting her sports team. Here's a little fact about Ruth. Ruth's favorite animals are horses. If Ruth had a range, it would be filled with different types of horses, where she would just get to pet them all day. Feed them apples and watch them gallop around the field. Animals are a window to your soul and a doorway to your spiritual destiny. If you let them into your life and allow them to teach you, you will be better for it. Continue to enjoy the spirit of life and the joy you get from loving horses. And congratulations on your 10 years, Ruth. Charles Schutze. There he is. Simplicity is best. Charles enjoys the simple things in life. He is very easygoing and likes to be around his friends and family. Charles is a person who likes to take things in stride and goes with the flow. Charles loves to have a good time celebrating different festivities. If there is a photo opportunity, Charles is there in a heartbeat. Charles is one who loves life and what it has to offer, especially when it comes to sports. Charles has definitely missed his calling to be a sports announcer. Charles is an avid sports person who loves to go to the games in Milwaukee to watch his beloved baseball team, the Brewers. Continue to enjoy life, Charles, and enjoy the team. Congratulations on your 10 years. We're going to jump to 15 years. We got one person, Jeannie Stolten. Right here. Come on up, Jeannie. Everybody can see you. Here is one lady that's hard to keep up with. As you can see, she likes to keep active. She loves Special Olympic activities, especially bocce ball, track and field, and bowling. At St. Martha and Excel, she also keeps very busy by working on word and number Sudoku puzzles and doing crafts. She's blessed with embroidery and cross-stitch skills. Jean is actively involved in Excel Walking Club, swimming, bowling, and community outings. She enjoys going to chapel weekly. Jean enjoys being with people. She has a positive outlook on everything. She bounces back from whatever is a concern. A real trooper. Keep sharing that attitude with us, Jean. Congratulations. Katie Blankenheim. There she is. Katie's a social butterfly. She loves to be around people and makes long-lasting friends wherever she goes, leaving an impeccable impression. Katie loves going out on community outings and out to eat. Katie enjoys attending sporting events with her peers and taking photos wherever she has an opportunity to light up the camera and shine with a beautiful smile. Katie's family is very important to her, and she enjoys spending as much time with them, creating beautiful memories. Katie also has a great imagination, which helps her to express her creativity. Katie loves to have fun and enjoys doing arts and crafts, showing off her creativity. Katie's creativity ranges anywhere from painting, drawing, and coloring. She's also been a member of our Consumer Leader Council, which allows persons served to express the things they'd like to see in their programs and things and for friends. Continue to shine with your expression of creativity. Congratulations on your 20 years at St. Colette. We're going to read Don Lean's narrative here posthumously. We lost Don this year, but we want to share his anniversary with you all. Don was the only member of Golden Options that participated in programming in the original Golden Options on the old main campus and the Golden Options at the current building. Don enjoyed being outdoors. He loved talking about fishing, hunting, trap shooting, and dogs. Don loved the Fridays when the Labradors retrievers came to Golden Options so he could see them for pet therapy. Don had a personal dream of going to Yellowstone National Park. Although he could not fulfill that dream physically, he visited many times virtually with tours at Golden Options. Don loved being a part of Golden Options. He was always willing to try new things. Some of Don's favorite activities were balloon volleyball, sparkle, storytelling, and drums. One of the staff remembered that he would like to go to Whitewater Aquatic Center for Drums Alive. He enjoyed looking at himself in the mirror and raising his eyebrows while drumming to the music. We miss you dearly and know you enjoyed sharing your hunting stories. Here's to you celebrating your milestone in heaven. "30 years, Angie Kowal." There we go. If you ask anyone to describe Angie's personality, I think of this quote by Maya Angelou: "Try to be a rainbow in someone else's cloud." Angie is a ray of sunshine. She's caring, kind, compassionate, friendly, and sees the best in everyone. Angie's kindness and compassion does not go unnoticed. She shares acts of who she is absorbed by her peers, staff, and others who she comes into contact with. A few of Angie's hobbies that she enjoys doing are coloring pictures and writing letters. Angie enjoys going out on community events and going out to eat with her peers. She also looks forward to working at Pantheon and keeping busy. She's a dedicated hard worker who loves pride in her job, which gives her a sense of independence. Congratulations on your 30 years, Angie. Mary Oldham. There you go. So we can see you, Mary. Mary was, I'm doing good, Mary. Mary was born in Columbus, Ohio, and lived at home with her parents until moving to St. Coletta to attend the St. Coletta School when it was open. After graduating from the St. Coletta School, Mary returned home to live with her parents until moving back to St. Coletta in 2014. Mary resided at the Bonaventure Heights home until she moved to San Damiano in 2016. She currently lives in San Damiano with many of her friends. Mary, prior to moving to St. Coletta in 2014, worked at Easter Seals in Waukesha from 1997 to 2014. volunteered at Brookside Senior Living from 2013 until 2014. Mary participated in the Excel Day program in Whitewater and then transitioned to Golden Options Day program where she's currently today. Mary is very close to her family, especially her two sisters, Chris and Kathy. Mary will call them often and absolutely loves going on family vacations with them. One of Mary's favorite trips every year is going to Naples, Florida to spend time on the beach with a fruity drink in her hand. Mary is known for her love of life, especially when on the dance floor. Mary will dance for hours, is often the life of the party. Mary is gentle-hearted and cares deeply for those around her. She is always lending a hand and helping others, especially when it comes to household tasks. Mary, it's been an immense joy to have you at St. Coletta in the school program and in the adult program for all these years. Congratulations on 30 years at St. Before we send this off with Sharon Thine here, in the corner of each of these certificates, it is an embossed raised seal from the St. Coletta School. Becky Weber found the press a year ago, and we've since been using it because it's a reminder of our origins. Now, in this case, Mary went to school here too, so this is kind of back to the roots, but it's something a little special for this year's certificates. Joey Roscoe. Joey came to the Illinois Scylla Gobert home in 2001, having been a transplant from St. Coletta St. John's home here in Jefferson. Joey is a man of few words, who when he speaks makes it very clear what he wants. He will also surprise you with knowledge of topics such as sports teams or music when you least expect it. Joey has a unique way of voicing his wants by asking you if you want the very same thing. Speaking of wants, Joey will never refuse an offer of coffee, should anyone want to make him feel at ease. Joey gets along well with his peers at his Scylla home and the workshop where he works. Joey will also follow most any lead to a new activity or new life experience. He enjoys bowling, movies, library visits, walks with his peers, and Scylla Chapel services. During the COVID isolation months, Joey enjoyed watching planes take off and land at O'Hare. Joey is a most agreeable soul. He will answer yes to most any question posed to you for confirmation. Okay, Joey, it's now time to say yes to your 30 years of personal recognition at St. Coletta. Also 30 years, Robin Schreier. Robin's services with St. Coletta began on January 7, 1992. She moved to Illinois in 2003 as that program started, to the Vermont home, then to Brittany in 2006, and finally to the Nichols home in 2016, where she currently lives. Robin is friendly and caring with a great sense of humor. When first meeting Robin, she may appear to be shy, but don't let that fool you. She just needs a while to warm up to new people. She loves doing her nails and going shopping to buy new sets. After a long day of shopping outings, she enjoys purchasing an iced coffee from Dunkin' Donuts. Robin loves animals and would like to work with small animals like cats, dogs, and birds. Congratulations on 30 years with St. Coletta Robin, and look forward to many more. She has a great personal suite with Nichols in the basement.
Thank you.
Colette Vermillion. Colette, you can look this way if you'd like. There we go. All right. Colette could have been a researcher or a lab technician. She doesn't miss a thing. It's almost like Colette is looking under a microscope. She's a very detail-oriented person. Details matter to her. If something does not add up or seem off, Colette will question it until she has clarification. Colette is a person that pays attention to the smallest details to understand the bigger picture. Colette, continue to pay attention to the details. It is worth getting it right to succeed. Colette enjoys attending ACAP, her vocational program daily, going out to eat with her friends, but most importantly, spending time with her family, which is very precious to her. Congratulations, Colette. Walter Tark Wint. That's a good picture, Tark.
Keep doing cold, but oh my god, that made me sick cold.
So, I gotta read this, Tark. You come up here so people can see. Tark is the mayor of Suffield Home in Illinois. Tark is a man of boundless energy who enjoys physical activities at home, the Clearbook Day program, and in the community. Tark enjoys competitive and recreational swimming, and he has recently begun a special Clearbook get-size cleaning project. Tark also maintains frequent phone contact and cross-country visits to see his mother. Tark often becomes quite absorbed in new discoveries. While this may create much anxious energy, it also helps him to achieve and maintain special
I
health
grew a
goals.
pumpkin last year.
This is it right here. It
Yeah,
says-
yes, it
And
did.
you're gonna do that this year?
Yeah.
Okay. He has a green thumb. Tark knows everything that's going on at Suffield House, every minute of every
It's like
day.
something is broke. I told Teresa that we need to have the water thing fixed in the refrigerator.
Tark is content to enjoy extended solitary activity time. He's equally capable of sometimes overwhelming verbal interaction with staff. Tark will enjoy this moment of celebration with you in your 30 years. Congratulations. Oh, you got a picture. Oh, he's got one. 35 years. Byron Breverick. There he is. Byron started with St. Coletta in Wisconsin at the St. Joe's home in 1980. You coming up, Byron? Okay. We're going to read this. Byron started at St. Coletta, Wisconsin at St. Joe's in 1987. And Byron made the big move to Illinois, Hampton, Scylla in 2004. And then he moved to the Gilbert Scylla home in 2010. Byron is one of the Scylla representatives on the St. Coletta Consumer Leader Council. Again, he's an advocate for others. Byron enjoys peer activities such as bowling, Special Olympics, library visits, peer movie watching, walks, McDonald's refreshments. He was a top contender in the Illinois Special Olympics State Bowling Tournament. He is also the Illinois Scylla Chapel Services Reader. Byron has a long community work history both in Illinois and Wisconsin. He works independently and travels on his own in the community. Byron also looks out for his peers who need extra attention during group outings. And Byron had a bicycle that got taken from the Gilbert home a few years ago by mistake.
Yeah.
Okay, and we found it later. missing 2 wheels and stuff like that. Yeah. But he finally got it back. He's a great advocate for everything. Well, Byron, it's now time to spend some extra attention for you under your 5 years at St. Flynn. Congratulations. Donna Claire.
Oh, you did?
Okay, Donna. Miss Sophisticated. Donna is quiet by nature, but don't let that fool you, because Donna is saying, don't underestimate me. I know more than I say, think more than I speak, notice more than you realize. Donna is a strong, compassionate person who's not afraid to ask questions and will advocate for herself and others. Donna is not afraid to embrace life to its fullest. She enjoys spending time with her friends and family. Donna also has a love for animals. She has her own pet cat that she adores very much, named Butterscotch. Yes. And she develops friends on her own time. Kind of. Donna will tell you how much she loves her cat and that her cat loves her unconditionally, bringing her joy and peace each day, putting a smile on her face. Congratulations on 35 years at St. Flynn. Alison Ledesma. Alison has been at St. Coletta since February 6, 1987. She started her life here with the St. Coletta School and then was admitted to Alverno on June 1st, 1992. That's this building. Alison is a character. You can always tell when she's up to something just by the look on her face. Alison is a happy woman. And might I add, energetic. She's also on the go all the time. Alison enjoys her days at Excel with her peers and staff as she does at Lord. She is sneaky and quick when she wants to be, so keep your eyes out for her. In the morning, she arrives at that end of the building, and she's past my door in 5 minutes, going the other way, making a lap. Congratulations on your 35 years at St. Coletta. Kathleen Mccleskey. Kathleen, there she is. Kathleen began with St. Coletta, Wisconsin in 1987. Kathleen lived in various Jefferson area group homes and apartment programs. Kathleen also had numerous community work experiences while in Wisconsin. In 2010, Kathleen made her move to the Scylla, Jenny Berg Scylla in Illinois, to be closer to her family who lived in Illinois. Of late, Kathleen dearly misses seeing her friends back here in Wisconsin. She was very active in the community. Many of the programs in Illinois, she's recently been involved with. Aid, for example, is not opened back up to her, so it's been a little tough this last year while the pandemic has shut things down. Kathleen has been very active in the AID Action Club, women's group, and community recreation activities like Zumba classes. Kathleen also enjoys singing and watching singing, dancing competitions, shows. Kathleen is also a strong advocate, always ready to voice an opinion, a want, or an issue. Kathleen is also very close to her family, has helped them out greatly in the most challenging past few years. Kathleen values her privacy while also taking great pride in the independence she's achieved during these past years. She cherishes and can readily name the many staff and peers she has grown fond of over the years.
Out here, Andrew, and our Tom. I got my friend Ted.
So today's celebration will join the long list of your treasured memories, Kathleen. Congratulations on 35 years.
And thank you for Mario for being here and to celebrate all the years I've been with St. Clair all these years.
Well, thank you.
And thank you for Tam, our Tam, for being here for us.
Andy Potter. There's Andy. Andy is a man who wants to know how things work. He's very curious about his surroundings and will check out anything new and different. He especially likes blueprints. With his recent move from Jefferson's St. Coletta home to the newly built Grace Landing home, there's much for him to see and learn about. Andy very much enjoys reading magazines, newspapers, and perusing blueprints of buildings. He loves to watch activity at construction sites. Andy is a quiet man, but he communicates well to the staff with signing or writing. He participates in the Excel program where he enjoys coloring, doing puzzles, and doing arts and crafts. He can spend much time putting together Legos. He has quite a few Lego construction collections at home. Andy, congratulations on your 35 years at St. Coletta. And Andy recently realized a dream that was his, and that was he had lived in Jefferson for many years. His family was from Brookfield. So the desire was to move to Brookfield. We didn't have an opening, but there was one that came available, and he moved there, but not before he toured one of the houses. And to give an idea of Andy's detail, he rendered that house from memory and sent a thank you note for the visit. So we're going to give that back to Andy, and he can put it in his room at Grace Landing. Ed Rohrbacher. There he is. Ed came from Wisconsin to the Suffield Zilla home in 2003. He's a roommate at TARP. Ed is one of the quietest residents you'll ever meet, both in his Suffield home, but also across the entire Zilla program. He will, however, talk and even knows some sign language. Ed enjoys arts and crafts, but has also been seen on the dance floor at holiday dances. Yes, we have the video of that, Ed, as evidence. Ed is really not one to rush to do anything. He's quite content to maintain himself at a most relaxed pace. Ed is also quite an avid reader who will follow newspapers, sporting reports, and post-game wrap-ups and the scores. Ed enjoys attending sporting events, meals out, and bowling with peers. Ed is far more independent with daily routine tasks than he may let on. He has no concerns with letting staff do things for him if given the opportunity. Ed will, however, initiate and thoroughly clean up an area. He also likes to get the house mail, especially when there is something addressed to him to read. Well, Ed, after 35 years with St. Clair, I'm proud to offer these brief remarks to introduce and celebrate your anniversary with us. Congratulations. Ann Sherman. She is. Ann, you can't get red about this now, okay? Ann joined the St. Coletta family in the spring of 1987. Some of the St. Coletta homes Ann has resided at were St. Elizabeth, Lourdes, Sierra Hall, and Frederick Home. Ann currently lives at San Damiano. Ann is the oldest of 5 siblings, all of her siblings being brothers, the only girl. Ann loves her family, talks of them often, and especially enjoys going to visit her mom. Ann is a heart of gold and a smile and a laugh, who will brighten an entire room. She has a wonderful sense of humor and enjoys making others happy. Bon Jovi is who Ann adores the most and is often listening to his music. Ann has been an avid participant of Special Olympics over the years and enjoys competing in most of the competitions. She's a member of the Nova Choir at St. Coletta and attends chapel services regularly. It's been an amazing journey, Ann. You've been a member of the St. Coletta family these 35 years. Congratulations. George Thomas.
Not here.
Yeah, we lost George. He passed away this year.
Was it last year?
I think just before Christmas last year, we lost George. His two brothers are here in attendance today, and we're fortunate to have them. George is a special guy, and the reason, all of our folks are special. George had what I would call a regular life. George lived and had activities, and he worked in the community, and then he retired. And he had a few retirement years to celebrate before we lost him. What a great guy. George was born at St. Francis Hospital in Evanston, Illinois, and was the fifth sibling of four older brothers. George lived with his family until he came to St. Coletta in January 1987, when he was 30 years old. George moved into Juniper Pod until 1997. That was on the main campus, where he lived at St. Conrad's and then at St. Mike's. George lived at St. Mike's until 2020, when he required more care, and then he moved to the Dower House. During his time at St. Coletta, George was an extremely hard worker and was known for hardly ever missing a day of work. George worked at Uncle Josh in Fort Atkinson and then at Opportunities in Fort Atkinson. George also participated in the Excel program in Whitewater, and Jefferson was an avid Special Olympics member and participated in numerous events and competitions, including bowling, basketball, and bocce ball. This is right up until he passed away. George was always delighted to win a Special Olympics medal. He's a very friendly guy and loved to be around people. George had a wonderful sense of humor and laughed easily, causing others around him to laugh and be joyous. George's brothers, especially Pat and Dave, were very important to George. He always enjoyed visiting with his family members and talked about them frequently. On September 3rd, 2021, George passed away peacefully at Dower Home, surrounded by his family and friends. Having George at St. Coletta for 35 years was a precious gift, and we'll forever be grateful for. Thank you, George's family, for giving the gift of having George with us for all those years. George's brothers are over there. Jimmy Drake. Hey, Jim. This is a big award, Jim. We got a couple of things here for you. But I think everybody's going to want to see you.
And my new
That looks wonderful. Jimmy Drake. Now, if you need a refrigerator moved, here's your man.
set the table.
Who is that man behind the sunglasses? He came, Jimmy Drake. He came to St. Coletta School as a young man of 15. 40, a little over that. Jimmy Drake loves to look special, is funny and has a great sense of humor. He's very social and enjoys being involved in many different activities and outings. Going tubing also. He participates in various Special Olympic sports and has proudly won medals in them. Got that one today. Jim loves to receive awards and receives them by being helpful to others. He assists staff with changing water cooler tanks,
Set the table.
helping with table settings, and taking out the trash. Just look at those muscles.
I do need another wall.
Jim likes to do other table activities such as drawing and crafts and showing them off to everyone.
To the wall.
They like to punch holes in walls. Craig. Yeah. Checking the mail is a favorite pastime for him.
I used to girls.
His family sends him cards and letters often. He is also a frequent flyer to New Mexico to
Santa
visit
Fe.
Santa Fe to see his sisters.
Maggie Flynn, Lincoln Core, yeah.
Thank you for keeping us smiling all these years, Jim. Congratulations on 40 years. That's for you in this bag. Jenny Hood.
Wait a minute, okay? Wait a minute.
Okay. Oh, okay. There we go. Sorry about that, folks. Jenny Hood. Ladies and gentlemen, Jenny's been part of the St. Cloud family for 40 wonderful years. Jenny lived at Resident Junior on the main campus from 1982 to 85, Resident Intermediate, also on the campus from 86 to 88, and then Resident Senior in 1989. She lived at Sarah Home prior to moving to St. Agnes, which is her current home, in 1990. Jenny began her work career in the vegetable preparation room at St. Coletta, but she wasn't really happy there. She transferred to Affirmative Industries until 2008, when she began competitive employment at the Fireside Theater and restaurant as a dishwasher. Jenny worked in the dish room at the Fireside Theater in Port Atkinson for approximately 12 years. She was an extremely hard worker and was very dedicated to her job. Due to the COVID pandemic, Jenny was unable to continue working there, and so has currently transitioned to working in the housekeeping department at St. Coletta. Jenny has a wonderful relationship with her family and is very close to her parents. She talks to them frequently on the phone and goes on visits with her family for vacations and holidays. When Jenny doesn't see her family for a period of time, she misses them dearly. Jenny is a wonderful person to be around. She has a very energetic attitude and enjoys helping others. She is caring, and in the morning when people are getting off the bus, this is the lady you're going to see making sure people get off safely. She's caring and has an amazing smile and sense of humor. Congratulations on 40 years. Matt Hovey. Matt, we'll bring this to you, okay? That's a long way to come for you. Matt arrived at St. Coletta on October 1st, 1982. He started in the St. Coletta School Habilitation Program and moved into adult program services in 1984. Matt enjoys attending Golden Options. Here on campus, he likes going on outings, whether it be at home or at Golden Options. He enjoys watching sports, including basketball and the Brewers. He also likes to watch movies. And for those of you that don't know, do not play a trivia game with Matt and expect to win. He's extremely good at trivia. Matt, congratulations on your 40 years at St. Coletta. George Koch. There's George. George lived at home for 41 years before moving to St. Coletta on January 2nd, 1982. Prior to moving in, George attended the St. Coletta School Day program from 49 to 1952. Since 1982, George has lived at Alverno, Haskett Hall, Brother Jupiter, Padua Heights, and St. Isidore. George has lived at St. Isidore since 2018. George used to participate in regular horseback riding adventures with the Smiles program and continues to have a passion for horses. George enjoys watching musicals on TV, listening to CDs, and playing with cards. He loves horses and pinwheels and enjoys dancing to polka music with staff. George enjoys listening to staff read Bible stories, attending chapel on Thursdays, going to pancake breakfast, Friday night fish fries, and day trips to the zoo or to a sporting event. George used to enjoy going out to eat with his sister and now loves when his sister comes to visit and having ice cream with her. George's sisters are very important to her, or to him, and she brings such joy to his life. George is especially known for loving new shoes. So much so, he will often tell staff his shoes are broken or will hide them. One time, George even threw his shoes on top of the roof so staff wouldn't find them. As you can tell, George has a great sense of humor and loves to joke around with others. Congratulations, George, on your 40 years at St. Coletta. Bill Murray. There he is. Not to be confused with Bill Murray, the actor. Bill began services at St. Coletta on June 23, 1982. He moved to the Avon home in Illinois on August 6, 2004. Bill's a lover of technology, such as using his iPad to play games and watch videos on YouTube, watching Netflix on his television, and playing video games. Some of his favorite games include Mario Kart and Candy Crush. Bill enjoys going into the community for shopping, dining, and visiting the park. The first time you meet Bill, he will ask what car you drive. From there on out, he will call you by the name of your car. Amazingly, he remembers license plate numbers of the staff cars as well as the type of car everyone drives. Congratulations, Bill, for your 40 years at St. Coletta. For you. Joe Shackelford. Joe is a very charismatic individual who's genuinely interested in how everyone is doing. Not a day would go by without Joe checking in on you to make sure or see how you were doing. Joe for sure will boost your morale. He will tell you that you look beautiful today.
Yeah.
I like your hair. Joe's personality is a friendly guy who is always eager to help others. He likes to encourage people and let them know they are doing a good job. Joe likes to keep busy. He enjoys going out to eat, attending different community events. Joe will tell you that he enjoys having a good beer once in a while. Yeah. Joe,
Don't drink too much.
that's a good thing. Joe has recently retired from work and attends Excel and is busier than ever. Here's looking at you, and congratulations on your 40 years at St. Coletta, Joe.
Thank you.
Now, we've got one final request, folks. It happens to be Joe's birthday today. We're going to sing him happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Joe. Happy birthday to you. Dan Sparks. There he is. Hey, Dan. spent the last 20 years of his 40 years at St. Coletta at the Suffield Silla House in Illinois. He enjoys community excursions to restaurants, bowling with peers, watching Chicago sports teams and concerts, house parties, helping with the grocery storage, and working out by stationary peddling. Quite. Dan also attends the St. Coletta Achieve Day program, where he enjoys morning coffee, arts and crafts, group exercise, and completing math worksheets. Dan also participated in a project this past December to make blessing bags for local first responders. When not doing his favorite things at St. Coletta, Dan looks forward to spending time with his family. Dan gets excited when the opportunity to greet visitors arises, sharing his latest interest or upcoming event. Of course, Dan's interest in using his voice is not limited to others, as he's also known to engage in self-talk, even on occasion in his sleep. Well, Dan, today is definitely something to talk about. We celebrate your 40-year milestone at St. Coletta, Wisconsin. Congratulations. Enjoy. 45 years. We got Chris and Willie Deering. We're going to do Chris first. Chris. Where's Willie at? Oh, they're both gone. Come on, Willie. There we go. Okay, we're going to read both of your guys. Okay, here we go. Chris came to St. Coletta on June 16, 1977, along with his twin brother, Willie. Chris is always the life of the party. He really enjoys Jesus Loves Me on Tuesdays. If you happen to walk past the chapel, you will see Chris dancing in front of the chapel. Chris is always excited to see you and likes to make people laugh. Chris is a participant in Special Olympics and our Excel Day program. Chris does occasionally get so excited he runs to get to where he's going. Look out for Chris as he celebrates 45 years of being at St. Coletta, Wisconsin. Willie came to St. Coletta at an early age of 8 years old and attended school from elementary on. He now attends Excel programming and lives in an active home with 7 other men. Willie is very friendly, social, and outgoing. Everybody hear me okay? He enjoys helping with whatever is needed. He's also very active and participates in many activities and outings offered to him. He enjoys and participates in a variety of Special Olympic sports events and is a medalist in Special Olympic swimming. He lives the St. Coletta mission, and his spirituality is important to him. You will see him at every Mass, especially engaging in a sign of peace. He wants to make sure as many people as possible receive it. Willie uses a combination of universal science and science he has adapted for himself to get his ideas across. He can get excited at times and sign so fast, staff misses what he's saying. He loves baseball and watches all the games he can. Ask him what the scores were and he's right on. Willie also enjoys his family and going on adventures with them throughout the country. He's always happy to share his experiences with staff when he returns. Willie has such a positive attitude that rubs off on staff and your peers. Keep that going. Congratulations on 25. Craig Donor. Special day, Craig. Okay. Craig has spent the last 20 of his 45 years at St. Coletta as a resident of the Suffield home in Illinois. Craig is one of the most active residents at that Silla. He's a regular participant in bi-weekly Tuesday bingo and chapel nights. Craig enjoys listening and performing music. He plays keyboards and sings for the Silla Chapel services. Craig also participates in St. Peter's church group, God's Special Friends, and he attends services at St. Edna's. He's a Special Olympics participant as well. Craig also has a keen sense of fashion and grooming, demonstrating this particularly for special events. Prior to the pandemic, Craig enjoyed paid piecework at Clearbook Workshop. He would like to work in a community job like a Culver's or grocery store, and we're working on that. Well, Craig, it's been an extraordinary life challenge or life adventure that you've witnessed across the 45 years at St. Coletta. Congratulations on this and celebrating your milestone. Craig is also on Consumer Leader Council. He's a good advocate. Jay Jacobs. Jay, where are you?
Don't make him say that, you'll fall.
What's that?
Did you get Bill make it up here?
He might be able to. I don't know. Jay was the first client I worked with at St. Coletta in transportation. And we had many adventures together, didn't we, Jay? There was one day that we moved an old bus and Jay drove it and I pulled it with a chain. And trust me, we did it very safely. It was nose to nose and I was looking at him the whole time, giving him sign language. But he did a great job. Are you okay?
Yeah.
And there was another time we pushed a rock with a van. Remember that? That big rock? We backed into it a few times. Every bus hit it outside of Isidore, and we finally decided we were going to move it. We had an old van that was going to the junkyard, so we just used it as kind of a battering ram, didn't we? Fortunately, the gas tank wasn't in the back. Jay began services at St. Coletta on September 16, 1977. Jay has made many friends while being here at St. Coletta. He enjoys his relationships with his peers and his staff and attending Excel. Jay is a very empathetic and compassionate person. He shows concern for others when something is going on. He's very attached to his family and often looks forward to going on visits. Jay enjoys Able Trek tours, going on outings, fairs, and is a fan of the Brewers and the Admirals. Jay, congratulations on your 45 years. Wendy Jones. Wendy began services at St. Coletta on September 17th, 1977. She moved to the Nichols home. Oh, she's coming. Wendy began services at St. Coletta September 17, 1977. She moved to the Nichols home in Illinois in 2005. Wendy is described as being funny, happy, polite, and friendly. She enjoys spending time with her iPad, play games, watch videos, and FaceTime with her family. She's a lover of books and especially loves sign language books, which is how she taught herself a lot of the signs. She also enjoys going out into the community for shopping and dining out, and loves sitting in the first mate chair when she goes on the boat with her family. Wendy has a way of bringing a smile to the faces of those around her. Congratulations on your 45 years. Monica Duffy. Well, Monica is celebrating 50 years. Monica would have made a fantastic detective. She is Miss Inquisitive and full of spunk. Nothing will get by Monica. Monica likes to know what is going on and likes to know where everyone is. If you know Monica, Monica will greet you, and if she is unable to recall your name, she will ask, "Who are you?" Or, "Take a look at your name." Monica is a go-getter. She likes to keep busy and keep people on their toes. When Monica is ready to relax, she likes to read her books and do a word search. Here's a little something about you, Monica. When I had looked up what is the personality of the name Monica, it was defined as when people hear the name Monica, they perceive you as someone who is full of life, uplifting, inspiring, and even charming. You are the life of the party with your lively, intelligent, and witty personality. Would not change a thing about you, Monica. Continue to be spunky and full of life. Congratulations on your 50 years. Look at
Will you come here, Monica? I want to
All
give you a
right.
hug.
Donna celebrating 55 years. Donna came to St. Coletta in 1967. She attended the St. Coletta School Program until 1980 and lived in the main building and at Sarah Hall. She lived in her own apartment at the Deer Creek Apartments from 1996 until 2003 when she moved into her own home, one that was built for her, called Right Home, on the 29th of November in 2003, and she currently lives there. Donna is an extremely hard worker and has held multiple jobs at St. Coletta, including housekeeping, the Work Activities Center doing piecework, and as a supervisor's aide and at the greenhouse. Donna worked in the greenhouse for a short time and did very well, but preferred the Work Activities Center where she did silk screening. Donna also cleaned homes in the community, worked for a company called Sensational Services, and worked at Affirmative Industries. Donna then went on to attend Excel Day programming at the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater, and currently enjoys her time at Excel program at Jefferson. Donna loves the Packers, Brewers, and watching older TV programs like Little House on the Prairie and The Waltons. Donna will go on walks at times and likes to go bowling. She likes to go out to eat and go to church on Sundays. She decorates her home for different holidays and likes to have guests come over. Donna loves driving a golf cart on the golf course, and she also likes to watch golfers on the golf course. Donna, congratulations on your future. Donna, that's
I want to say, I work for Memorial in the morning, then I work, what I do for a living, I go to the meetings with, I have meetings with Memorial. The funeral meetings I have with Memorial in this office. So, I wanna know, I do a lot of work at St. John's and Father Tom, and, I stand right by the chair when he is doing mass, so I want you to know, I'm married to my husband out west, so thank you for the awards.
Anton Pulte. "60 years. There he is. In 1953, Anton came to St. Coletta and moved into the St. Joe's home. Anton left St. Coletta in 1956 to live with his family, but then he returned in 1962. Over the years, Anton has lived at several places, St. Francis Hall, St. Mike's, and ultimately where he's at now is just St. Isidore. He's lived there since 1997. While at St. Coletta, Anton worked in several departments over the course of 20 years. He worked as a gardener in the St. Coletta Garden Program, in the swimming pool area, as an assistant in the chapel, and also in housekeeping services. Anton worked until his retirement in 2005. He's enjoyed his retirement by attending Golden Options Day program several days a week. He's a very social person. He enjoys being with friends and meeting new people. He has a gentle nature and a calming presence which draws people to him. He enjoys painting, going out to eat, especially at McDonald's, and being active in the community. He's active in Nova Choir and is devoted to attending chapel services and praying the rosary every week. Quite an interior decorator also in his room. Congratulations, Anton, on your 60 years. Okay, and we come to our last recipient today. Thank you for your patience. So, Tom, it's your moment here. So, we're going to celebrate John. Nobody calls him John. John's his legal name. Tommy Houndstein. Tom came to us in 1947 and from Michigan. He was born in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and he lived there with his family for a short time, but then he came to St. Coletta in 1947 when he was 8 years old. And he attended the school program, and then he transitioned into the St. Coletta adult program, as it was called then. While in the adult program, Tom had lived in several different community homes, some of them being the Assisi Apartments, and then finally Houndstein Home, a home that was built for Tom by his family. And he shared that with with roommates until he could no longer stay there because of his needs, and he moved to Dower Home. Tom loved to take, first of all, Tom had a dog named Monty, and I loved Monty very much. Boxer. Buster. Buster was the boxer. And he was very important to him. He used to take him for walks around the neighborhood. If you drove by Houndstein House, usually he'd be sitting out front with him, enjoying the afternoon. He was one of Tom's best friends and known for being very protective of Tom. As mentioned, Tom currently resides at Dower Home with several housemates where he enjoys playing on his tablet, listening to music, and sitting outside on nice days. Tom has demonstrated an excellent work history at St. Coletta and has previously worked in the purchasing department, the ceramics department, and in human resources. He's currently retired and attends the Golden Options Day program where he enjoys playing cards, attending chapel services. Tom has always been an independent person. He's very friendly and willing to help others when and where he's needed. Tom is also very proud of his family. His face lights up whenever he sees them or talks to them. Tom is celebrating his 75th anniversary at 83 years of age. Now his father lived to 103 and his mother lived to 94, so we're probably gonna have Tom for a while yet. So we wanna save this narrative and just update it in a few years' time. Tom, thank you for being part of the St. Coletta family for 75 years. You're welcome. We've loved every moment. Thank you. Congratulations. Thank you for your patience and for your attendance today for this, their funnest day of the year. And now I'll turn it over to Sister Grace for closing prayer.
And just a reminder before we finish with our peace prayer, on your way out, please pick up your family picture and your flower picture from the hallway, and this is what it looks like. So on the back of your program, you will find the peace prayer of St. Francis of Assisi. This is a prayer that we usually pray at the end of any of these big meetings. So Lord,
Make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury and heart, where there is doubt of faith, where there is despair of hope, where there is darkness light, where there is sadness joy. O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is the giving that we receive, it is the pardoning that we are pardoned, it is the dying that we are born into eternal life. Amen.
and may you all have a very safe trip back to your homes. Thank you.